Hi, Shauna Holt, and tonight I am starting a Meal Planning 101 series. And this is one of the most asked questions that I get is, where do I start in meal planning? How do I start meal prepping? And I just wanted to share some ideas and break it down. So I'm sure that you have heard of the quote, fail to plan, plan to fail. Planning can almost guarantee a week of healthier choices with less stress. If you jump on, say hi, let me know you're there. If you watch this later, please put hashtag replay. So all this week I'm going to be sharing with you my meal planning ideas. If you're a great meal planner, be sure to share your tips in the comments as well. If you're a newbie to meal planning, I think you will really like how I'm going to break this all down into bite-sized steps so that you can tackle each one of these each day, and by the end of the week have a plan for you to use. So if you catch this later in the week, don't get overwhelmed, and just take it at your own pace. As you get more and more comfortable with meal planning, you can go longer and get more done. Hi, Jenny. Thanks for joining. The most time-consuming part of meal planning is deciding what to have. There's so many choices everywhere. I find my ideas in cookbooks, Facebook, Pinterest, blogs. We even still have, recipes that we've used in the family forever, and I have no idea where it even came from. I know a couple of specific ones that we use that I remember seeing on TV years ago. Like, it was Mr. Food, and he was on the news, a section of the news. And but other than that, I don't usually remember where the other recipes even came from. So when you see these ideas, and you need to have a place to be able to keep them so you can get them organized. Here are some different places that you can try and see what works better for you. One, you can save the picture and a recipe onto your computer into folders. This works good if the picture includes the recipe, and that you have space on your computer to save all these recipes. Number two, you could create a Pinterest board for different meal ideas. You can have a board for breakfast, have one for lunch, for dinner, for snacks. You could even have ingredient specific boards like, for chicken, for vegetables, for crock pot recipes. This works for people that are on a combination of, devices like computer, tablet, mobile. Of course, it helps if you understand how Pinterest works and that you're able to scan through Pinterest without becoming totally absorbed and stay there for hours. Number three, you can email meal planning ideas and recipes to yourself. You can keep folders in your email box. This doesn't work well for me since I'm more on social media now, but I did used to have folders in my email because I would get a lot of emails from different blogs and stuff, and I would just save them into a recipes folder. You would have to copy the recipe and paste it into an email to yourself and then attach a picture to it. So if you want to see the picture anyway. Number four, you could have a program that I use called Evernote, and it can be used online, saved to your computer, mobile. You can use it offline. That's what I really like about it, is that we can use it online, but then we can also use it offline. And we've even used it in our house grocery shopping. I'll make a list in a note, and then everybody in the house could have their mobile and see the list and check things off. So that's another cool way you can use it. But I save everything to Evernote. I have different folders for everything. But you can create a note for individual recipes. And then you can organize them into notebooks, which are kind of like folders of, you could put all the chicken recipes in there or all the dinner recipes in a folder. And then you can make stacks That's what they call them, is stacks of folders, which is kind of like having a file cabinet drawer of the folders in it. So I'll provide the link to check that out if you want to look at that. It is a free program. They do offer upgrades though, where you'll have more storage and a couple other different things that they'll offer you for that. Then of course, number 5 is that you could print every recipe you find, and you can organize them in actual file folders and keep them into a file box or a file cabinet. You know, I have I used to do this back when most of my recipes were printed off, and but I still have some of these recipes that I keep meaning to get them into Evernote. Eventually I will, but until then, you know, I still keep them in a box. So for the first step to meal planning, you know, is to collect all the recipes that you want to use in that given time, whether it be a week or 2 weeks, or you're planning for a whole month. Then you're gonna need to start mapping out a plan, which that's what I'll cover tomorrow. Keep in mind that when you are searching for recipes, it is important to make sure that the recipe will fit into your nutrition plan. Now, or it can at least be tweaked to fit into the plan. And what I mean by that is that, say the recipe is a pasta dish, and you know, pasta does not fit into your nutrition plan. So I would personally sub in spaghetti squash. Say it's a rice dish, and I would personally sub in cauliflower for the rice. But you can do the same thing with leaner cuts of meat as well. Say that it calls for beef, you could substitute chicken, or even something based on what you like and don't like. So tell me in the comments which way you will be using to collect your recipes and saving them. If you'd like some more ideas on recipes for weight loss, I actually have a community called Journey in Wellness Community, and I've been sharing recipes in there every week for over 2 years. So there are a ton of recipes that you could search just in my community. I will share that link as well. I hope that you have a great rest of your night.